Hello dear students, welcome back to my science class. Today I am going to continue with the chapter Physical and Chemical Changes. In my previous two videos, I have discussed characteristics of physical changes, different examples of physical changes, characteristics of chemical changes, and different examples of chemical changes. In this video, first we will recapitulate this. So let's start. Properties of physical changes. I am sure you can remember all the properties of physical changes. So just take a quick look. Physical changes do not result in the formation of a new substance and are generally reversible. It changes shape or size. It dissolves, like salt dissolves in water, and both the salt and water can maintain their own properties. It changes phase, like freezes, boils, evaporates, condenses. Simply, it is referred to the change in states of the matter, from solid to liquid, liquid to gases, and vice versa. Here are some common examples of physical changes. You can see on the top melted chocolate. Definitely it is change in state, an example of a very common physical change. Now here are few more examples of physical changes. First one, crushing a can. Crushing a can results into change in shape, but no new products are forming here. So it is an example of physical change. In the second one, we can see melting an ice cube. So change in state from solid to liquid. Third example, boiling water. Again, change in state from liquid to gas. Fourth example, we can see mixing sand with water. If we mix sand with water, sand will not dissolve in water and we can easily separate sand from water. If we evaporate water, sand remains. In the next example, we can see breaking glass. No new substances forming here. Next example, dissolving sugar in water. Sugar dissolves in water and both of them can maintain their own properties. Next one is shredding paper, where we can see change in shape and size. Chopping of wood is also change in shape and size. No new substances are forming. Mixing green and red marbles. We can easily separate them depending on their different colors. And the last example is sublimation of dry ice. Sublimation is change in state directly from the solid to gas without changing in liquid state. So all these examples we can see change in shape, change in size, change in state. So these all are examples of physical changes. Properties of chemical changes. Chemical changes result in the formation of a new substance and tend to be irreversible. We cannot get back the previous thing. The following observation often suggests that a chemical change has taken place. What are those? Like color change. When a fruit ripens, we all know it's a chemical change and we see color change. Evolution of gas. Like in photosynthesis, you see along with the formation of glucose, oxygen evolved. It is example of a chemical change. Temperature change. In chapter acid, bases and salt, you have read about neutralization reaction. When neutralization reaction occurs, heat evolved. So temperature change occur. Solution turns cloudy. If we run carbon dioxide and fresh lime water, we will see that lime water turns milky due to formation of calcium carbonate. So these all are indication that chemical changes has taken place. Example of chemical changes. A few more examples we will discuss. First is burning of magnesium ribbon. We know burning of anything means it is reacting with oxygen because oxygen supports burning. Just take a look. Burning of magnesium ribbon. When magnesium ribbon burns, it burns with a dazzling white light, just like the firecrackers, and convert into white ash of magnesium oxide. Children, you have to remember, you will not try to do this alone. You can do this under the supervision of your teacher only. So when magnesium ribbon burns in air, actually it reacts with oxygen. Magnesium plus oxygen results into formation of white ashes of magnesium oxide. If we collect this white ash of magnesium oxide and mix this with water, it will turn into magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide is basic in nature. To prove this, if we keep a red litmus paper on the aquatic solution or aqueous solution of magnesium hydroxide, we will see that it turns into blue color. So it's an example of chemical change. Another example, rusting of iron is very common. We encounter it in our day-to-day life. If any iron article kept somewhere exposed to the atmosphere, we see rust on iron article. How it forms? When iron reacts with oxygen and moisture present in the air, it forms rust. It's a chemical change because nature of rust is very much different from the nature of the iron. It's not as strong as iron. Even it is not attracted by magnet. Take a look at the reaction. Iron reacting with oxygen and water results into formation of hydrated iron oxide, that is rust. What is the formula? Fe2O3 dot H2. So the formula of rust is Fe2O3 dot H2O. In the next example, we can see change in color. Blue colored copper sulfate solution reacts with iron and turned into green colored iron sulfate solution with deposition of copper. Why this reaction happens? Because iron is more reactive than copper, so it is able to displace copper from its salt solution. So here we can see an example of chemical change where we can encounter change in color. A few very common examples. I hope by this time you all are able to identify what kind of changes are these. First one, burning of a matches. So it's an example of, yes, you are right, it is chemical change because we know burning of anything, that means it is reacting with oxygen and it is a chemical change. In the second example, we can see melted chocolate. Yes, it is a physical change because if we keep this chocolate once again inside the freezer, it will transform into solid state. Example 3, we can see that water turned into ice. Again, it is an example of physical change because we see it is change in state. And the last one, egg omelette, that is a chemical change because cooking of anything results into chemical change. Now we are going to learn something new, crystallization. You can see beautiful blue crystals of copper sulfate. What is crystallization? Crystallization is the natural or artificial process by which a solid forms, where the atoms or molecules are highly organized into a structure known as a crystal. Crystallization is a physical process, and crystals are purest form of the substance. If it is not pure, it will not be able to form crystals. As we can see copper sulfate crystals here, so we will learn how we can prepare crystals of copper sulfate. Take a cup full of water and add few drops of dilute sulfuric acid to it. Heat the water until boils. Add copper sulfate powder slowly and stir continuously until no more powder can be dissolved. So we are trying to make supersaturated solution of copper sulfate. That is why we have heated the water to ensure that maximum amount of copper sulfate can be dissolved. So we have made a supersaturated solution of copper sulfate. Filter the solution to remove the impurities and let it cool. Keep it undisturbed. When it slowly cools down, we will see that the beautiful crystals of copper sulfate formed. So, I hope you all have clearly understood what the physical and chemical changes are and what is the basic difference between physical and chemical changes. Thank you.